Welcome! In this video we continue on with Chapter 7 of The Haunting of Dale in the Journeys of Middle-earth Lord of the Rings board game. So down at the table in our app, continue on to Chapter 7. See, into the catacombs. Braced by your survival after your visit to Dale's haunted house, some of the city's workers finally begin the process of demolishing the abandoned building. According to King Bane, the workers have uncovered something unexpected. A marble entrance in the ground below the house. There's a set of stairs that leads down underneath the city, but no one dares step foot over the threshold. Our local history scholars think it's the entrance to one of the old city's catacombs, but it doesn't appear on any of the maps we have from that time. Given what you saw in the house, well, I thought you'd be the best people to send down there. This will be on a journey map, so we will confirm. Looks like some items might be getting better. Our handkerchief. It's just been upgraded to a forget-me-never. So now, while there are no nearby heroes, increase our spirit by 1. Do you interact with a person token, you may deplete this item to gain an inspiration, become determined, and perform an additional action. And that is with Legolas. So we will confirm that upgrade. And XP at 4. I'm not going to get any of our 3 experience items, so moving on. Going to remain Guardians and Hunters, so embarking. Alright, you awaken in darkness, your head throbbing and your chest sore. The last thing you remember is the white marble stairs winding down into the darkness. What happened and where are you? So we'll start building our map. Get these out of the way for now. So 210B. We'll come in like so. Large stone disc is propped up against a wall. So get a search token. Scavenger's once beautiful chamber in the catacombs. Stone sarcophagi still line the walls, but the masonry of the room has crumbled more on the floor than the walls or ceiling. The place of heroes is indicated. So we plop in right there. You are unsure how you arrived here and take a moment to gauge the situation. So we're going to scout 3. One, 2, 3. We've got our restless axe. So this is Gimli, of course. Time of need and sly tongue. We're going to put this on top. And prepare time of need, so when we test, if we do not reveal any successes, we may discard this to convert all the fates to successes. And that gets placed along with our you cannot pass. And we'll put sly tongue on the bottom. And for Legolas, Scouting 3. Alright. Immortality. Rest 2 and strike 2. Oh, with keen eyes. Your attacks can target enemies additional space away. That's the one we're going to prepare. And we'll put both of those on the bottom. So Legolas has that along with his resourceful. That got him an inspiration. Cannot feel the coolness of the stone beneath your feet, and your sight is strangely clear despite the lack of lit torches in this cavern. As you check yourself for injury, your hands pass through your body. You find that with concentration you can touch your chest and grip your weapons, but without it, you are completely ethereal. Each hero suffers 3 face down with spirit negating. You are spirit. During this adventure, treat all black borders as gray borders instead. You also ignore darkness. Alright, so Legolas has a spirit of 2. And we can spin that to give us 2 to negate. So we will take 1 face down fear. And then Gimli has a spirit of 4. So we got 2 successes. And yeah, we'll just take 1 face down. This turn of events is frightening and overwhelming, but perhaps you can learn something from your experience. Choose a hero to gain the Undying title and immediately prepare it. So that, when you would perform a last stand test, you may remove this skill from the adventure to gain 2 inspiration and discard 1 of each of those instead. We're going to give that to Gimli. Feel something connecting you to the world of the living. Perhaps your body yet breathes somewhere in this cavernous labyrinth. We need to find our bodies. Found them. 309B. Let me zoom out and start constructing. I think we are sitting like so. We'll see which direction we go. Get an exploration. And action phase. Okay. Well, there's a search token in here, so we will start with Gimli. Large stone, searching that. He will test his wisdom, which is 2. We need 2 to succeed with. Yep, not feeling it. We got 1 success. So we failed. Cannot determine the nature of the markings, but they leave you with an impression of purpose. And with that purpose, we will start moving. So movement 1. Confirming. Something that used to be built here has fallen to ruin. Pillars of stone worn into the ridges by the moisture dripping from the cave ceiling. We gain an inspiration. And continue. Okay, a spectral warrior in a golden mask weeps. Their wails are distorted and mercurial. At one moment deep and in the next like a chorus of children. You could comfort the specter, but its unceasing agony will deeply affect you. Place a token as indicated. Spirit's golden mask is familiar. Memory returns to you. An older woman, one of the workers gripping your arm. I know this sounds superstitious, but if you do find gas down there and they got golden masks, don't let them up. My great-grandmother used to say the dead in Dale didn't like being forgotten. If no one remembered their face, they'd make their own out of gold, but it'd be a cursed face. It'd bring illness wherever it went. I thought she told those tales to make herself feel better about living in Lake Town after the dragon burned her home. But we found pieces of a gold mask when we tore down the house, and the poor family that lived there died of sickness. The golden mask ghosts are truly dangerous. You cannot leave them unaddressed. You could seize the spirit's mask, but it could surely further upset them. Perhaps you may try to move more peaceful solution, but the hungry ghast are likely to harm you for the trouble. Either way, you need those golden masks. So find their bodies and recover 5 masks. Pile of refuse emits an awful smell, but it may conceal something of value. That's awesome. And 204B. That will slide right in there. 217. Okay, more places to explore. Our journey continues. We moved once. I guess we will just stop right there. So on to Legolas. He'll try that because his wisdom is a 3. I got a 1. Another fail. See no point in hanging around, so we'll just go ahead and move. The cave has been partially mined, its walls faceted with old pickaxe wounds. We'll gain inspiration. An ancient stone plinth carved from heavy black stone stands empty. Whatever wonder was once placed here has been lost to the ages. Search token. And another tile. I think that pops in like so. We get a token. All right, we can move one more space. We'll move in here. The cave is filled with the gentle echoes of lapping water as an unseen creature drops into a shadowed pond. We'll gain that. Spirit in full plate armor searches among the rubble of a collapsed part of the catacombs. Though instead of a helmet, a golden mask conceals their face. They're clearly searching for something. Perhaps you could end their search. And a group of dwarves. It's grouped around a small cart carrying mining equipment. Sits like so. Our journey continues. So we tried to figure something out and moved twice, so we are all done. We each gain an inspiration. How long can your spirit survive without physical form? Does the fate of the thoughtless shades that haunt the catacombs foretell your own? No immediate effect. Your spirit during adventure continue to treat all borders as gray, instead ignoring darkness. Rally phase. We get to Scout 2. All right, Undying Might. We might as well. And we'll put that on the bottom. We move that a little better. And then for Legolas, let's see, Nemesis or Ancient Wisdom. You may remove this skill from the adventure to become emboldened. If you do, that enemy cannot move or attack during its activation. Still early for that. We'll go with Ancient Wisdom. And actions. All right, let's see if we can ruin Gimli's day. So we can take the mask or comfort the specter. I think we'll just take the mask. You tear the golden mask from the spirit's face and dash it to the ground, shattering it. Discard this person token and place a ruffian. This is a faceless specter. You've upset the spirit, but at least you've removed the danger. Still haven't found our bodies, but we're 1 out of 5 for masks, and we didn't go crazy. We just have something in her face. It's basically got 2 magic armor and 1 regular armor. That can't be true because we took its golden mask. But we're going to attack it. Because we have our mighty axe. So 4. And 0 successes. So that is when we use our time of need. When you test, if you do not reveal any successes, you may discard this to convert all the fates to successes. So that's going to give us 3. And with that 3, we're going to do the 2 hits in Sunder and 6 hits. So Sunder in a total of 8. So close. Do we have anything? We're going to add 1 more success to give it 3 more hits just to finish this thing off. So we've defeated the Faceless Spectre, gained an inspiration, and that's going to be Gimli's activation. And until I find something better, that's going to help me be the reminder. So now we're going with Legolas. We're going to interact with the dwarves. 1 dwarf stands at the cart, arguing with the other 2. The dwarves storm off as you arrive. Cowards. The dwarf on the couch grumbles as he falls back to the seat with a hump. The moment he spots you and brings back to his feet, you seem the type that wouldn't mind a bit of goblin hunting, he exclaims. My companions and I were run out of the old mine not far from here. If you drive the goblins from the mine, you would have the dwarves' thanks, he says while patting a pouch strung to his belt, jostling the coins inside. Sure, we'll accept the offer. All right, we see some more mining supplies strewn about. But we are going to use our special ability once per round during your turn. Spend an inspiration to move a space without provoking attacks. Actually, not just yet. Wait a sec. We have our handkerchief. After you interact with a person token, you may deplete this item, so we will. We now have one left on it. To gain an inspiration, become determined, and get an additional action. So we still have 2 more actions left to go. And we're determined, so when you test, you may discard the spoon to discard any number of cards from the test and reveal that many additional. So since we have 2 more actions left, we'll start a movement and use our second action here. So we're going to take the mask and we tear the mask, shattering it, we get the ruffian. And that's a faceless specter. Then we're going to do our once per round, spending an inspiration to move without provoking. And we still have 1 movement point left. We'll retreat over there, and that's going to end both of our turns. So into the action phase, into the shadows. We each gain an inspiration. We are +1 for him, so he does go to 4. And Legolas goes to 5. So this guy wants to move to ignoring terrain and attack Gimli or the closest hero. I was hoping moving 2 would have stopped him, but he's got some feet on him. So attacking. Ooh, might negates. We have a might of 2. This is going to hurt. Well, we can get 3 successes out of this. And we'll just go with 1 of each. Surrender, keep this card face up. If you would discard a face up fear, flip it face down instead. And daze, keep this card face up. Before you interact with a threat token, you must spend an inspiration. How long can your spirit survive without the form? So right now, no immediate effect. Threat increases. Go to the rally phase. We reset and scout 2. Before a nearby hero test, you may discard this for that hero to reveal 2 additional cards. If they're a dwarf, I may scout 1. We will discard and prep. And then here, let's see, we've got the Nemesis card, or Light-Footed. We'll prep that for now because I want the success on top. And we're going to start with Gimli. Move of 2 and attack. Using his axe, so we get 4. And I think it takes 4, so we'll spend 3 to get 4 successes there. And that's going to get us 11 hits and sunder. So he goes away. We inspire ourselves a little bit. And Gimli's done. So Legolas will move to and interact. Rough-looking structures are placed throughout the area. Drawing closer, you realize the goblins begin to turn this mine into an encampment. This may prove more dangerous than you expected. Gain an inspiration. Then replace the search token with a threat token. And then we're going to move a space for free. To explore. Even with jagged rock formations all around, you spy the remnants of a troll's dinner. The bones strewn about an enormous cook pot look uncomfortably human. Gain an inspiration. We find a figure with a golden mask with their ghostly sword. Looks as though they're preparing for a war long forgotten. Perhaps you can convince them that their grim mask has been made irrelevant by the passing of time. And that's going to be everyone's turn. Into the shadow phase. We'll get a little bit more inspired. No immediate effect. Threat increases by 5. Now things are happening. Crypt has become home to more than just forgotten spirits. Of course. Place 1 Orc Marauder. And he's got a flying banner on him. And a Goblin Scout. Right there. And now we rally by scouting for 2. All right, Restless Axe and Honed Agility. Put the success on top and make our agility a little better. And then for Legolas, he's got a full board, so we're just going to place Precise Strike on top and that on the bottom. And continue. We're going to use his free move ability with Legolas and then interact with the Golden Mask person. We're going to continue with just taking it. which brings out a ruffian. And we still have an attack left, which will attempt to defeat. Well, he's got a symbol on him. Looks like he's flying under that banner. All right, so using the bow, well, agility. So it allows our cloak to get in this 2 for potential 2 hits, 2 hits, 5 hits, and cleave. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 1 success. We can spend 2 more, so we've got a total of 3 successes. And that's the best we're getting, so 7 hits and cleave. Should have prepped the other card, giving us additional 3 hits. The enemy can attack. All right, our agility negates. We have 4. Your foes swing bone-shattering truncheons high and low, trying to give you no means of escape. That's not bad. We got 3 successes. So we will take 1 damage. Feeble, suffer face down fear, then flip this card face down. That didn't work out good for us. All right, that's going to end your turn. At the end of your turn, you may discard the skill to gain inspiration or scout 1. We're going to go with an inspiration. So he's done. Just put that there. All right, so Gimli is going to attack the dude right in front of him. A terrifying orc marauder. This axe gives him 4 cards. We have 1 success. We basically need to do 7 hits worth of stuff. So we're going to need 3 successes to get that done. And that'll be 8 hits and sunder. Which defeats him. We got the inspiration. And we've got 1 more action left with him. I think we're going to run that direction. Just make sure he doesn't have anything else cool to do. Nope. But now we're nearby so we can guard if needed for Legolas. All right, shadow phase. We're inspired. That guy wants to move 2 to attack Gimli. Can't make us, so no target. So now he's moving 4 spaces to the closest hero. 1, 2, 3. Found Gimli anyway. Snarling, a goblin stalks after you, determined to draw blood. Alright, somewhere your body draws breath that your spectral form has no need of. Why then do you feel the low thrum of panic as your breathing slows? Each hero suffers 1 fear with spirit negating. Oh, we've got a spirit of 2. So we will negate, or spin that to negate. And over here we've got a spirit of 4. And we're going to be fine. Rally phase. Scouting 2. Two successes seems really nice to have on top. Of course, it would be nice if you could get something to heal. All right, got a restless axe. Our time of need. Put the restless axe on top. Time of need over here. And discard the honed agility. On to our actions. We're going to start with Legolas, shooting the thug in front of him, or the faceless specter. He gets 4. Oh, just the 2 successes. Good grief. 2 successes just gives us 5 hits, which is not going to be enough to defeat. So we're going to use this, discard any number of cards from our test, and reveal that many additional cards. So we will discard 2 to get 2 more. There we got 3 successes. And that will give us 7 hits and cleave. Which will remove the specter and inspire us. And with our second action, we are going to shoot at that one. So he's just got 3 health and 1 armor. And of course, we didn't get any successes, but spending 2 will give us 5 hits and cleave. Two, 3, 4, 5. And cleave, it doesn't matter. And we're inspired from our own shot. So that is it for Legolas. Gimli is going to interact. He's going to intimidate the goblins. Brandish your weapon and bellow threats to the goblins. We're testing our might. We need 3 successes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we can spin 2 and we get our 3 successes. So we passed. Goblins wail in fear and surprise and scatter, not willing to risk their lives defending this small encampment. For one last ultimatum, you pursue them far enough away to be satisfied they won't be back. You should return to the dwarf and inform him of your success. Discard the success token. And then Gimli will move. And that will end our actions. All right, shadows again. We're inspired a little bit. All right. Suffer fear with our spirit negating. Once again, that's 2 over here. Got our success. And over here we get 4, and we've already succeeded. All right, rally phase. Scouting 2. All right, restless axe, clever wit. I'm going to put the restless axe on top, or the wit on the bottom. And over here, during your turn, you may discard the skill to perform an action that you have not performed this turn. Yeah, we'll prep that. Put that on the bottom. All right, on to our action phase. Start with Legolas moving 2, and then interacting. The goblins are no more. See, good riddance, the dwarf says, spitting at the ground. As agreed, he tosses you a pouch of coins. Feels lighter than you hoped, but it's still a decent amount of coin. Waves as he turns the cart and makes his way back to the mine. Made a friend at least. Then we're going to wave our handkerchief. We'll deplete this fully to gain an inspiration. Become determined. And perform an additional action. I think we'll move 2. No, we'll move into here just to see what's going on. All right, crumbling stairs once led to a second level in this chamber, but now all is rock and ruin. Gain an inspiration. Get a search token. Massive white marble door set into the stone. Deep carvings on the door bid all restless spirits to return to their slumber. Behind it, the sound of a heartbeat is mesmerizing. You know without hesitation that your body lies beyond this door. Okay. So I think it sits, yep, and not exactly on screen, are we? So if we move that and move all that, and if I hold my tongue a certain way, we can do that. Okay. There we go. Our journey continues. That ends his stuff. So Gimli's anxious about finding his body, so he's going to move to and interact. So we want to pass through the door. Try to phase through the door, but find your spectral form repelled by painful crackling power. Message on the door glows, clearly some sort of ward from a time at the catacombs creation. You'll need to open the door the old-fashioned way. We suffer a wound and become determined. So we'll gain determined. And we're entangled. When you perform the travel action, move on fewer space. After you rest, flip this card face down. Awesome. And that's everybody. So our shadow phase. We gain some inspiration. Suffer fear with spirit negating. We get 2 here. We'll spin 1 to negate. Over here we get 4. We've passed. Pretty good. Threat increases. Crypt has become home to more than just forgotten spirits. Ooh, got a ward rider. Just popped out of the lake. And a giant spider. So we rally. Restless axe on top. Put the wit on the bottom. We're going to put both successes on top. All right, done scouting. Action phase. We have our keen eyes. We have a range of 2, so we can shoot to this thing. But first, I want to see what Gimli does with this door. Oh, we've got to finish destroying the golden mask before proceeding. I don't know where they are. That dude's got a lot of health. We will start whittling away on that. So 1, 2, and inspect a stone. Our wisdom is 2. We need a 3 to succeed. So I don't see this happening. We failed. So you find no evidence to reveal what great weapon or dark wonder was once here, but the deep scratches assure you that goblins have been here. Your heart fills with dread and a growing certainty that powerful relic now rests in the hands of the enemy. Become terrified. Alright, so when you attack... Oh wait, we couldn't even go in there because we only have a move of 1. Well, we could have made it there, we just couldn't have activated it. We know it's going to happen, so that'll be my first action next turn. And then he's going to shoot twice up there. So we've got 2 successes. If we spin 2 more, we can get 4 more hits. So 9 hits and cleave. and it can't attack us back. And our second action, we have 1 hit. We need to spend 1 for 2 hits. Well, 2 successes will give us 5 hits. And he is gone, and we're a little bit inspired. So end our turn. Shadow phase. We each gain an inspiration. Wants to move 3 and attack Gimli. So 1, 2, 3. That can happen. Agility negates. That's just mean. Because our agility is 1. Nope. Forgot. Our agility is 2. So we can prevent all that. And now we're suffering 2 face down with spirit negating. For Legolas, he'll spend 1 to succeed. And we are going to be fine. Rally phase. Let's see. I'll just put that on top and that on the bottom. And we want the Poet's Heart, so we'll put Fury on the bottom. And we will get rid of Kinship. So on to our actions. We will start with Legolas and the bow, shooting at the spider. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 2 successes, and that's going to give us 5 hits and a cleave. And we'll be a little inspired. And then we're going to move, and spin that for 1 more movement. Actually, there's no point. Yeah, we'll do it now. Then for Gimli, we make up for our last turn where we look in that and become terrified. So when you attack, remove a success produced. At the end of your turn, you may discard a prepared skill to discard this Bane. Then action 2, we'll move there. And into the turn, we will discard Undying to get rid of Terrified. And with our Poet's Heart, we're going to rest to discard. How's this worded? After you rest, flip this card face down. So we'll flip that face down, but we can get rid of that one. So that was our turn. Shadow phase. We're inspired. 2 face down, spirit negating. We got 1 success. We can handle the fear, I guess. Keep this face up. Cannot prevent damage, including negate test. When you attack, add 2 hits. And over here, we will spend 1 to negate. Threat increases. Rally phase. Two cards. Let's see, you may remove the skill from the adventure for 2 years to gain inspiration equal to their, and that's not huge right now, and we don't have room for it. So we'll put that on the bottom and put on the hunt on top. And honed agility. We will prep that and put the other one on the bottom. Action phase, we'll start with Legolas down here, interacting with the token. Make sure it's when we interact with threat tokens. Alright, pile of refuse emits an awful smell. We search. We need to test our spirit, which is a base 2, but if we have no nearby heroes, it goes to 3. 1, 2, 3. We got 1 success. We'll spend 1 for a second. Let's see, it's clear. This person is a victim of servants of the enemy. Become determined. We're already determined. Discard the search token. You have gained the Dusk Treaders. You or a nearby hero may immediately equip it. Okay. If you would test agility or might, you may deplete this instead to test the other of the 2. Before you move out of the space or interact with a token, you may deplete this to not provoke attacks. And you gain the Luck Wearer title. After you deplete an item, you may remove the skill from the adventure to gain a boon of your choice and place a depletion token on that item. We'll give that to Legolas. Oh, silly me. Need to go around that way. So 1, 2. Spin for another movement. Gimli, 1, 2, 3. Gain an inspiration. Vents in the cave ceiling offer patches of light that makes the surrounding darkness even more impenetrable. Place a search token. Gray light flutters across the ceiling and walls, swarming about the cave. We've got a golden mass spirit, hammers ghostly molten metal on an aged and broken anvil. Spectral sparks rain all around with every strike. Interrupting the spirit will put you in harm's way. And that goes there. With a token. And he can finish his movement there. Shadow phase. Gains an inspiration. Gimli's Fool. Spirit to negate 2 fear. Spend 1 to make it there. And here, spend 1 to succeed. Rally. Scouting 2. All right. I'm going to put the luckware on the bottom, and this also on the bottom. For Gimli. I don't know why I was thinking that door blocked me from going out. Lost a couple turns going back. Let's see, Sly Tongue or Ancient Wisdom. We'll prep the Ancient Wisdom. Or prepare and flip that. So action phase. Gimli's going to interact. And just take the mask. We found a ruffian. We're not surprised. We've upset the spirit, but we've removed the danger, so 4 out of 5. And we will attack with our axe. We have 3 successes. We're going to spend 1 to make it 4 successes. So we'll get 11 hits and sunder. And we're inspired by taking out the Faceless Spectre. So he's done. Then we will go move, and second action to move. Confirm we're exploring. We gain the inspiration. Replace a person. Spirit in a golden mask stares at the cavern ceiling. Our journey continues. And we'll finish our movement. And what was that? We are going to spend Tireless. At the end of your turn, you may discard the skill to perform an action that you have not performed yet this turn. To interact. Pull the water royals in the center of the chamber, casting gray light from an indistinguishable source. You place your hand upon the water. Test our wisdom, which is 3. But we have ancient wisdom to help if needed. And we'll go ahead and use that instead of spending. So we got 2 successes. First, no effect is visible, but slowly, ever so slowly, the turbulent waters settle. The surface, as if a reflection of the unseen sky, constellation is visible. Will warn the butterfly. Even from the calm surface, the gray light continues to dance around you, flitting and floating as free as air. Gain an inspiration. Each hero may move 1 space without provoking attacks, then discard the search token. We'll move in there. And that will end our actions into the shadow phase. We're each inspired. Where the beat in your ears is both a comfort and maddening distraction. Thump, thump. Thump is only after the struggle you realize the sound must be that of your heart, wherever it may be. Face down fear. With spirit negating, we're no longer not nearby, so we only get 2. This could be a problem. Well, we can spend. We're going to be fine. And we get 4 over here. And we have 2 successes. Hey, Crypt has become home to more than just forgotten spirits. We get a soldier over here. And an orc hunter there. And a pit goblin down there. All right, rally phase. Two cards. Still can't rest. We are going to prep Tireless and put that on the bottom. And over here, let's see, got a success, or do I want the strike 2? When you attack, you may spend any amount to add an equal number of hits. We'll take the success and put that on the bottom. Action phase. All right, movement action and interact. We are going to take the mask, find a ruffian, specter dissipates. The only sound in the cavern is its golden mask clanging on the smooth stone floor. Mask breaks and something malignant passes from this world. With all the masks destroyed, you need only rediscover your bodies. All right, so we moved and interacted. We're going to use our ability for 1 free movement. And since we only moved 1, we still have 1 more movement left. Do we put Gimli in there to fight? or just go protect. We'll see if one of us finding the bodies is enough. So we move twice. Open the door. Beyond is a white marble chamber and your bodies. Each hero gains an inspiration. Oh. And now I guess we need to find the door out. So 208B. Move that out of the way. I think that looks right, and it's mostly, yep, close enough. Put that there. All right. We're going to end the action phase, so into the shadows. Each hero gains an inspiration. Maxed out. All right. That guy wants to move to and hit Legolas or the closest hero. And that is, unfortunately, an option. After this attack, if another enemy group is nearby, become captured. Oh, we got lucky on that. So we've got wisdom negating. And he's got a wisdom of 3. Yeah, I'm still good with all that. Oh, cannot prevent damage coming in. So he's taking 2 whether he wants it or not, which will take him beyond his limit. We can have Gimli prevent that. So we can guard to prevent 3 damage from a nearby hero. All right, so we're done. Wants to move and attack Gimli. Doesn't have the range, so no target. So it moves 2 spaces. 1, 2. And then that guy wants to move 2 and attack. He's too far away, so no target. So he moves 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finds Gimli. Bares its teeth and charges with a screech. And then that guy, moving 2, wants to attack Legolas. Can attack Legolas. Well, our agility can negate the fear at least. But the damage is going to take him down. So for the fear, we're fine with that. We've got 2 damage coming in. Deplete one of your items. Yep, we did get another one. Then flip this card face down. And then flip this face down. And then we become emboldened. At the end of your turn, if there are no nearby enemies, discard this. If you suffer damage, discard this boon. When you attack, add 2 hits. So we confirm. But now we've got to interrupt because Legolas needs a last stand. Confirming, and it's for damage. So he needs to test his might, which is 2. We need 1. And we can get that. So we passed. Discard all face down wounds, which is going to be 3. Let's see, did something... Nope. So we discarded 3 wounds, we gain an inspiration, and we continue the adventure into more suffering. Let's see, you find it hard to recall basic things like your name or the reason why you have come here. Something drives you to keep moving, a thread trying you to your task when otherwise you would drift and twist into fading like the smoke from the night's last fire. Spirit negates fear. Oh goodness. He is nearby, so he only gets 2, and we get 1 success. Is that a huge problem? It's going to take us to 5 out of 6. Flip this face down. And then Gimli gets his 2 successes. All right, rally phase. So scouting 2. All right, yes, we're going to prep that. So when you test and negate, we get 1 success. Also gives us guard. And put that on the bottom. And then Legolas. Come on, something that allows us to rest. We did lose Emboldened. We took some fear. Nothing to heal. We will prepare the Undying Might and put a success on top and continue. Action phase. Let's see. That guy is about to get hit by Gimli with an axe. And 2 successes with the axe gives us 6 hits. So we will spend 1 to make that happen. So he goes away. We get a little bit inspired. Then we're going to move. Exploring. Tiled and cold stone, the council room and tomb carry an air of solemn patience. We'll gain the inspiration, but we're full. Your pale forms lie on the white marble slab. A jeweled sword lies across your throats, and your bodies glow with a strange white energy. Could you channel your body's strain energy in your fight against Ursa? Place a search token as indicated. And use our second movement. Ooh. Let's see, Ursa stands over your prone forms. Oh, that's not good. So you've clawed your way back to consciousness. Good. When your body dies and your spirit joins my army, I'll remember how I defeated you twice over. Place Ursa as indicated. I did find her mini, finally. Wait, is that what they're saying? Fire is burning low and gentle in the center of the chamber. Well, I guess I didn't finish everything before I took my last movement. So we've got a fire burning there. Our journey continues. That's Ursa. It's a different model. We're using that one. Whoa. We're going to die. All right, fought and moved one space. We're going to have to deal with everything coming in. So we are going to say he is done. So for Legolas, free movement, not provoking attacks. And that guy, we're going to shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 successes, and with our bow, that's 5 hits and cleave. So we're going to have to spend 1 to get another success to make it 7 hits. And he goes away. And we're a little bit inspired. So do I shoot over there? No, I feel like I still need to move in here. So he doesn't die. So we will move in here. So maybe, no, that doesn't work either, does it? Because Gimli can't protect him. So in that case, 1, 2. Okay, sorry, Gimli. In the action phase, enter the death phase, gain an inspiration. Again, wants to move 2 and attack Gimli, and it can, and it will. After this attack, if another enemy group is nearby, it is. Become captured. That's not good. We test wisdom to negate, but we can choose to test something else. So we can get the 2 successes to not take the damage. All right. So move your figure from the map. You are unaffected by other game effects and cannot perform other actions. When you would discard this bane, flip it instead. All right, he wants to move 2. Can't reach anyone, so no target. Moves 4. Found 1. He wants to move 3. 1, 2, 3. No target. Move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Each hero, which is only 1 at the moment. Spirit 2. We get 3 cards because we're not nearby any of our friends. It's not going to help us. We negated 1. And once again, nothing we can do about that. Well, yes, there is something else we can do about that. Spin determined to discard 2 cards to get 2 more cards. All right, there we got our 2 successes. Rally phase. Scouting 2. Got 2 successes on top, but we're going to prep that one, put that on top, and get rid of honed agility. And here on the hunt, I'll put that on top and that on the bottom. All right, action phase. We're going to spin an action. You attempt to escape. So we flip that over. Need to test our agility. Great. Try to escape and capture with speed and dexterity. Our agility is 2. 1 success, 2 success. All right. If you pass, your captors are terrifying but too slow to stop your escape. Suffer face down fear. Then place your figure in unexplored space and discard this bane. Well, place your figure in any explored space. It's going to pop up right there. And our second action is to attack the ruffian. I want to make sure no one else gets captured again. So my goal is to take out the other peeps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, wrong person. Two successes. That's not good. Well, 1 success. And we can spin to make it 2. So that's going to give us 6 hits. Or we can go 5 hits and sunder. Can the enemy attack? Sure it can. Might negates. We have 2 auto successes with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 3 successes, so we are good. So that was his 2 actions. Then Legolas is going to use his ability to move 1 space unprovoked. And then shoot at the ruffian. One, two, three, 4. Or do I want to shoot over here first? They both need a lot. We're going after the ruffian first. 1 success. What do we need to finish this guy off? Total of 6 hits. So we're going to spend those 2 to give us 3 successes. That will give us 7 hits and cleave. Gaining an inspiration. Then our second action will be to shoot over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get 3 successes. That's 7 hits. Yep. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Applying. All right, and gone. Gain an inspiration. And that's our turn. Oh, wait. Yeah, we get to add 2 hits. Need to remember that. Okay, so we are done. We each gain an inspiration. Oh wait, we had something here. When a nearby elite enemy activates, you may remove this skill from the adventure to become emboldened. If you do, that enemy cannot move or attack during its activation. So we're going to do that. To become emboldened. So pretty much no target, can't move. All right, so we're stuck with our suffering. Oops. So we've got 2. We succeeded there, and over here we get 4 cards. But we get 2 successes there for negating. Okay, rally phase. Need to defeat Ursa. Gives us another auto success. And we'll put that on the bottom. Still no healing. repair that. Okay. Action phase. Legolas will start shooting. We get to add 2 hits to everything we do. See, embolden. When you attack, add 2 hits. So we're adding 4 hits to everything. So our first attack, we get 2 successes. We're going to make it 4. So with 4 successes, we get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits and cleave. Enemy cannot attack. And then for our second action, we get 1 success, which gets us 2 hits plus our rage plus our embolden, so that's 6 hits at least. Which doesn't do anything. And at the end of your turn, you may discard the skill to perform an action that you have not performed this turn. We're going to move, so we're not nearby anybody, but we still have our range. Can the enemy attack? No. All right, so he's done, so it's on to Gimli, who's got 3 auto successes to defend with. Determined, nothing, so it's just going to be the cards we draw. So first attack, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 successes, actually no. Time of need. When you test, if you do not reveal any successes, discard to convert all our fate to successes. So we have 3 successes. And we're going to use that for 8 hits and sunder. And can attack back. Ooh, after this attack, discard all boons, then move Ursa to the closest space without a hero. Ursa hefts her hammer with both hands, creating a far more powerful blow. Might is our negation. We get 3 auto, 4, 5. So we're going to take 1. We're going to take the damage. Discard all of your inspiration, then discard this card. Bummer. Got a sudden sickness in her belly. But we did suffer damage, so we gain an inspiration. And then moves there. And our second action will be to move. Okay. Do we have anything else? No, we don't. End of action phase, into the shadow phase. Each of us gains an inspiration. Same stuff up here, suffering 2. Uh-oh. That is our spirit. There's nothing we can do about that. We can prevent, well, what's the point? Might as well take both of them. First one, discard a prepared card or suffer one. Then flip this card face down. That hadn't been helping us. And just gloom. And then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to be fine. We'll continue, but we pause for Legolas. Confirm. This is fear. Last stand, testing his wit. We need 2 to succeed. We have a wit of 3. And we got our 2 successes. So we passed. Discard all face down fear. So we still have the 2. Then gain an inspiration and continue. Oh, we're going to have to kill him this turn. Rally phase. So scouting 2. Yep, we lost that boon. Restless Axe. Time of Need. We will prepare Time of Need and put that on top. See, tireless, end of your turn, discard to perform an action we haven't done yet in Time of Need. So we'll put that on the bottom and continue. All right, Legolas is going to take some shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 auto success. We're going to make that 3 successes. Plus, we still have a rage at least, adding 2 hits. So 3 successes gives us 7 hits, 9 hits. And cleave, that's not going to do anything. So we apply that. Cannot attack back. Take another shot. We get 2 successes, which will give us 5 hits plus our 2 from rage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's all up on Gimli. All right. Gimli breaks out his axe. Oh no. We are determined to do better, so we're going to discard 3 and replace that. All right, so we got 3 successes at least. And that can get us 9 hits. Or 8 and sunder. Oh, 1, one short. Do we have anything to do with that? No, we don't. Oh, something I haven't been doing this whole game. After you perform an attack, place one card from that back on top. But we'll apply that and hope it doesn't move. Can the enemy attack? Yes, it can. Ursa's hammer strikes like a bolt in a thunderstorm with agility negating. We have an agility of 2. We waste the success there. We've got a base 3 defense, so we blocked 4. We're going to block all the fear and 1 of that, so we're taking 2 damage. So flip this face down and discard an inspiration, then flip this face down. But we took a damage, so we gain an inspiration. Because of our ring mail. And then our second action, we've got to finish this. Got 4 magic armor, need to do 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another time of need to save the day. We get to convert those to 3 successes, which will give us 9 hits. 7, 8, 9. We're going to choose ourselves. No, we'll give that to a nearby hero. All right, Ursa spits scarlet blood, then lets out a gurgling laugh. You would have been better off in my army with those gold mask gloom mongers you drove off. Suppose you'll think of this as a victory, but when Dale is ash under my boots, I hope you're alive to remember that this was never the end. Her shadowy form sinks into the ground and she is gone. With Ursa defeated, you find your spirit drawn to your slumbering bodies. When awakening moments later, you cannot quite recall how you returned to your flesh. All that is left is to lay the forgotten dead to their final rest. The following days, King Bane and his counselors decide to leave the catacomb doors uncovered and construct a park where the haunted house once stood. Hopefully this acknowledgement will be enough recompense for the once forgotten spirits. The heroes win. Each hero gains 4 experience and lore increases by 4. Before you have a chance to recover from your adventure, you hear angry voices and the sharp clash of steel. Rushing to investigate, you are in time to see several of the Kingbane soldiers being led away in irons, looking sullen and quarrelsome. With the watch commander gone, more guards are returning from their posts, paranoid and violent. Nothing seems to calm them, and so they must be kept restrained for the public good. You fear Ursa's attack on Dale has already begun in the hearts and minds of the defenders. This consequence will affect the finale. So that is it for this mission. Next will be Chapter 8 with Ollie's Rampage. So as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.